Today is April 1, 2026, and this is our Franklin County Fiscal Court meeting, so please join me and stand. All right, is Mr. Jack Brewer here? Jackson Brewer by any chance? Jack here? Okay, we're going to do somebody going to do the blessing?
Yes.
Perfect. I apologize. I didn't have your name down.
You're fine.
So please let us know your name and who you're with.
I'm Christy Calhoun. I'm the pastor at St. Paul United Methodist Church. I'd like to say hello to Richard Tanner, a member of my congregation whose friendship constantly keeps me close to Jesus. Okay.
What about, listen, I like you already. We just met. I mean, wow.
Okay, so I'm a Christian minister, but I don't know who's all in attendance, so I'm going to offer an ecumenical blessing. O eternal God, in whose appointment our life stands and who committed our work to us, we commit our cares to you. We thank you that we are your children and that you have assured us that while we are intent upon your will, you will heed our wants. Fill us with that compassion for others' troubles, which comes from forgetfulness of our own, with the charity of those who know their own unworthiness, and with the glad hope of the children of eternity. And to you, the beginning and the end, Lord of the living, refuge of the dying, be thanks and praise forever. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Appreciate it. Yeah. You're welcome back anytime. Before we move forward, I do want to have, Squire Sebastian has one also, but I'm going to go ahead and do a moment of silence. Today would have been the birthday of Gabriel Andrews. He's a little boy who unfortunately was whisked away in the flash flood. That accident was on April 4th, which is this week, but today would have been his birthday. So please join me in giving a moment of silence for Gabriel and his family. Thank you. Squire Sebastian, would you like to go, please?
Thank you, Judge. I'd also like the indulgence of the body to give a moment of silence to former Chief Deputy Cecil Hayden, 88 years old and passed away, and was Chief Deputy for Sheriff Ted Collins for years and years and years. So gave a lot to Franklin County.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Think how fitting it was that we had church bells going in the background. So,
very much so.
You know, hopefully they both heard us loud and clear. Next is public comments. Do we have any public comments this evening? Please come forward and state your name. Oh, hey, I didn't see you. Hey, Laura.
Good evening. I'm Laura Haig. Couple things. I know it's budget season, so I thought I'd step up and talk to you a little bit about the budget, especially things I support, and maybe a couple things that I think maybe aren't exactly fair. So, first of all, the library is awesome. I tell people when I meet people around the United States, our little library does a heck of a lot more than a lot of others. Our public health department, the Yes Card. I appreciate the support at Josephine Sculpture Park, all these amenities. Also a big shout out to Allie Hall. She's probably one of the reasons why I started composting. She does a great job. I would also like to ask that instead of just one cleanup, that there actually are cleanups by your district. I think you can get more people involved if they're in their neighborhood locally. So instead of just one day, because folks might not be, available, but also I think we could get a lot more people involved. So I'm one of those citizens who would be willing to pay for trash pickup and recycling. I think that's really important. I also think it frees up funds to do and invest in other things that our community needs. Indoor swimming pool, other amenities. There's a lot of things that we could use in our community. So I fully support that. However, one thing I don't think is fair is that as a city resident, I pay for trash and E911 twice because the city and the county, they pay for trash out of their general fund. And I know my tax dollars go into the general fund. So I think from all of our city residents, it isn't equitable and it's not fair that we pay twice. Now, do I know exactly where my dollar goes? I mean, hopefully it's supporting Sheriff Depp and everybody around here and the road crews and all the services. But it is subsidizing county trash pickup when I already pay for city trash pickup generally through the, my tax dollars. So in my estimation, it's probably $20 to $25 if you include E911 fee, and that's the same. 911 is paid out of general funds from the city and the county together. Our tax dollars go into those general funds, and that's what pays for these services. And city residents pay twice. So I would ask for your consideration on this to, if there's a rebate, if there's collaboration, that there's something, because we've all known it's gone on for this for years, and I know there's been a lot of conversations over the years. So I thought that I would bring it up. It's budget season, it's important, and express that to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us tonight. All righty. Public comments. I see Harry's with us.
I'm Harry Carver. I live here in Frankfurt. And with all the recent discussions about city trash collections, it kind of reminded me of some unresolved issues. And I'm with Laura. We had talking about this last week, and we decided it was time to come have a little chat. Several years ago, it's probably more than several years ago now, when I was on the Solid Waste Task Force, we were having this whole discussion about trash and trash pickup and everything. And all of a sudden, it dawned on me that the very thing that Laura said, that those of us in the city were subsidizing county trash collection while we were also paying for our own trash collection here in the city. I said, shouldn't we look into this? And there was a former member of this court that was on the task force at the time who glared at me and told me that we weren't going to talk about it. So I kind of filed it away and hadn't been paying much attention until recently. I think the thing that, that sometimes that we tend to forget when we talk about city and county stuff is that all of us are county residents. Whether we live in the city or the county, we're all county residents and we all pay county taxes. And I know that over the past couple of years when things pop up, I remember during some of the discussions about funding the Humane Society, the new building, and people were talking about city dogs versus county dogs. And, they're all county dogs. They're not city dogs, they're county dogs. When we talk about the jail, those prisoners are not city prisoners or county prisoners, they're all county prisoners. So I think that we need to start thinking about things and, that you all start thinking about things, as a whole, that this is, the county, the city is part of the county. And I know several of you actually do live in the city. So I just, I think that it's time, this is an issue of fairness, that, it's time to start talking about this. I don't think this is something that's going to be resolved overnight, but I think that, every time that we celebrate when the city and county come together and do something, but if it involves money, it means I just paid for it twice. And I think that that's something that we need to start figuring out how we unravel as a community so that, that the taxation is equitable and that we're all paying our fair share. Anyway, thank you all.
Thank you very much for being with us. Any other public comments tonight? Couldn't tell if she was getting up or not. Jeannie, you coming up? Oh.
I looked at him.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if you were heading to the podium or not, so I didn't want to move on. So, alrighty, next on the agenda is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and Jenny has got a proclamation. So is Miss Jody Spalding here?
Yes.
Yeah, would you like to come up? And I'm going to come out there, and what I'd like to do is read part of the proclamation and then maybe invite the court for a picture, if that's okay with everybody. Well, first of all, since you all are here, would you like to make any comments or anything before I do the proclamation? Anything about your work?
Well, CASA is
If you
amazing.
don't mind, come up to the
Yeah.
mic so anybody can hear you.
So CASA is amazing. Court-appointed special advocates for children of abuse and neglect. And, of course, we did the pinwheeling ceremony yesterday with the governor, and it was amazing. April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, and I feel very strongly about that. My passion is to keep our kiddos safe, and one thing that I always like to stress is that we are all mandated reporters. So many times we turned a blind eye when we see something going on, and it's not my business to interfere with that. We always think someone else is going to make that call. And it's very important that we stop thinking that way. There are children that are being abused in our community, and we see them in our schools, we see them at Walmart, and it's easier for us to think that someone else is responsible for making sure that social services knows about that child, and that's not the case. And so all I can do is ask everyone that is viewing this meeting tonight and everyone that's in this room to take a stand now and decide that you're no longer going to turn that blind eye, and that if you see something or you suspect something is happening in a home, your neighbor's home, whatever, you just call that hotline. All you have to do is give them the information. That's it. You don't have to give them your name. You don't have to tell them anything about yourself. You just tell them what you think is going on so that someone can go and check on that family. Most of the time, they just need some resources. You know, I'm listening to this meeting and we're talking about funds and where all this money's going to go. So many families in our community need resources, and poverty does not mean child abuse or neglect. So it's something that we have to pay close attention to. So the court-appointed special advocates, for those of you all that do not know, we work for the family court judges, and we're appointed by the family court judges for children that are on their journey through the family court system. And sometimes the judges need a little bit more help. They can't go and do home visits. They can't visit these kiddos. So if they need some more help, they will appoint a CASA advocate. And we are the eyes and the ears for the family court system. And we gather some information about our families, and we report back to the judge every 3 months, letting him know how things are going, so we can choose the best possible outcome for that child's future. So that's all I have to say. Thank you. You're welcome.
Any other comments?
I just want to, I'm here in my,
What's your name there?
I'm Francis. I'm here in my CASA capacity. It was funny when I came into the meeting, I sat right behind these two. They said, when is CASA on the agenda? And I said, you're CASA. And I said, I am too. I'm one of the volunteers. I just want to say CASA is an amazing organization, and we directly advocate for the children in foster care. And if anyone has time to volunteer, become an advocate, I highly encourage it. It's very rewarding. It's challenging at times, but it's a very rewarding thing to do. So that's all.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'll stand here so everybody can hear it, and then we'll do a picture with the court if that's okay.
That's fine.
Whereas in the calendar year of 2025, 16,686 reports were made to Child Protective Services. Whereas child abuse and neglect is a serious problem affecting every segment of our community, and finding solutions requires input and action from everyone. Whereas our children are the most valuable resources and will shape the future of Franklin County. I think it's very important for everybody to hear. And then, whereas communities must make every effort to promote programs and activities that create strong and thriving children and their families. So whereas prevention remains the best defense for our children. So now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Michael Muller, Franklin County Judge Executive, do hereby proclaim April 2026 in Frankfort and Franklin County as National Child Abuse Prevention Month. There you go. Thank you very much. Court, if you all would like, why don't we come down and do a kind of a group picture with everybody? You want to come over here? Come on, Frank. Andrew, we'll come and take a picture.
Yeah, just let's make sure everybody's in frame. No, 1, 2, 3. Just gonna do a couple, just nice big smiles, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 1 or 2 more. Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you. And thank you for your comment.
It's just been a week, but we've finished our cross drains on Gregory Woods. Blacktop plant still hasn't opened. I think they had a few bugs to work out. And then we've been up the new park, fixing the spillway and a couple more bad spots on some dams up there and cleaning trees.
Okay, you have some pictures here. You want to talk about those for us?
That was the worst one.
This is at the new park, right?
Yes, that's
Okay,
at the
making
new
sure.
park. That's the middle lake. All that, the overflow, it got stopped up and it washed over it and eat all that out down through there. So we filled it back in with rock and riprap and then put concrete back around it. Hopefully it'll hold it this time.
The good thing was the pipe that was in there we were worried about was collapsed and it was bad. And it's probably a couple 100 feet long, but they checked it and it was all good. So that's a great thing.
And then this is the first one. It had did the same thing. It had got stopped up and overflowed on this end and eat all that concrete out, or blacktop. So we went ahead and put some more riprap in there and concrete over top of it and then fixed the cart path back. And then there's numerous, I don't know how many trees we've took out there. But that's pretty much been it for a week for us, been busy.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you. I was out there today with you and we rode around and they're making some headway. I mean, they're cleaning
working hard.
invasives, honeysuckle, all the Bradford pears are gone. I mean, those are all just junk trees there. So as we're going, we're trying to clean it all up. You guys are doing a great job, and I think they're taking a sense of pride out there. It's a beautiful piece of land too. So I think the more we're out there, we realize how nice it is. So, Squire Tanner, do you have something?
I question, have we started on the wooden bridges yet? I know
No.
we have not done that yet.
No, waiting for a little warmer weather to get in that water.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta get in the water. I thought it was
Yeah.
letting it cure out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that too. I think they're wanting the wood to cure a little bit more.
Ain't y'all got a wetsuit nowhere? Maybe the borrow one from fire
Well,
department.
we better borrow
I
one
know
of
where you
them.
can get a couple wetsuits. Fire department's got a bunch of them.
Tough crowd, tough crowd.
Just kidding, just kidding.
All right, what question, Mike, thank you, I appreciate, no, you're not leaving yet. You're not getting out that easy. I mean, I've asked every one of them to ask you a question tonight.
I appreciate it.
So, who's gonna start it? Squire Blackburn.
So you said the asphalt plant's open now?
No, it's not. They're getting close to getting open.
All right, because I've had a lot of calls, and I'm sure you have as well, about some of the things, potholes, things.
I'm assuming it's gonna be next week. They should be up and running.
All right,
So hopefully.
thank you.
Now, Squire Blackburn, I do want to remind people, yes, there is potholes, but we have state roads, we have county roads, and we have city roads.
Yeah.
And also, it was one of the worst winters we've had. And, when you put 3,000 tons of salt down, plus the other agencies doing the same, things are gonna happen. So I think one thing that I learned is people didn't realize the asphalt plant's not open year round. So a buddy of mine called me and he said, asphalt plant's not open year round? I said, no, it won't bond. So I just don't think, people understand, how it all works. So, but I do know that these guys are on top of it. What other questions? Squire Harry, do you have something?
When's the bonfire?
Probably
Solid
next
rush
week.
pile.
Hopefully next week.
Good deal.
Any other questions, concerns, comments for Mike? Mike, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All righty, judge's report. On the 25th, I did my monthly Cable 10 taping. There I am, and it went well as always. They do a great job, and I appreciate the plant board. Went to an executive board for a meeting for a bluegrass ad on the 25th. Sunday, I wasn't able to go, but I know Sheriff Depp was there, the 12th anniversary of Reverend Whitlock. I think we all know Reverend Whitlock very well, and we just want to thank him for everything he does for our community. So he's been with that congregation for 12 years now. I was able to make it to Miss Peggy Dungan's 100th birthday celebration. So they had a big thing for her. Governor came. Huge group of family, friends. Her birthday was actually Tuesday, but they went ahead and did it on Sunday to get everybody there. So sweet, sweet lady. Most of you all know her. They had a house downtown about forever, and her husband Bruce. I can't remember. I mean, they were married something like 65, 8 years. Coolest little couple that was walking around downtown up until just a couple years ago. So hated to lose Bruce, but Peggy's doing good. She's there and she knows what's going on, and we had great conversations about my wife's grandmother. They were flower friends and everything. So it was a really nice celebration. So I want to thank Dominion Senior Living for hosting that for her. And then on the 30th, went to Northern Kentucky with Penny, and Squire Sebastian was there, and some other people from our community to kind of see how they're doing things up there in Northern Kentucky. And then the afternoon, we went across the bridge to Cincinnati, where there's 3CDC, the development group. So just a lot of interesting things, how they're revitalizing their community, and just trying to gain some knowledge on, how we can be better here in Franklin County. Today, I was going to go because I was in budget meetings, but Allie and Christy were there, and that is Hearn Elementary, and they're the ones that won the recycle contest this year with the cans. So as you can see, we take all Allie does it once a year, and they take all the proceeds and they donate it back to the school, and typically they have a little pizza party. Usually there's a couple classes that kind of take the reins and collect the cans and turn them all in. So just want to thank Allie for everything she does with solid waste. Our new AmeriCorps girl, she's really getting into schools, and our belief is if we can get these kids recycling, then it will trickle on to their parents and grandparents, hopefully. So, but they're about every school now, it seems like. So they're doing a really, really good job. So saved, I'm not going to say, it was an amazing event. So I'm going to let Squire Sebastian talk about the Easter celebration we had at Lakeview Park. So can't say enough good things about that day, and everybody from the court was there, and I just appreciate it. Squire Sebastian?
Thank you, Judge, and first thing I want to do is thank the court, for the support to actually put this on every year. You personally donated for the sensory-friendly eggs, and that's wonderful. You helped set up, you helped tear down. Huge thanks to the Lakeview Park staff under the direction of Charlie Lewis. They did a fantastic job of getting that park ready, hanging banners in our community, and playing host to over 700 people that day. Franklin County Road Department, under the direction of Mike Dees, went over every square inch of that train that we pulled to check everything out and make sure it was ready to handle the volume of riders that we had, because it was a large volume of riders. County maintenance staff, under the direction of Greg Fry and Christy Slayback, that guided the work of the SOAR participants from the jail to spruce up the train. Our IT department did a great job for us, keeping event information out there, working on our graphics, taking care of the online registration platform, and taking photos during this event so that you can see the volume of people that we had. The Sheriff's Office is our partner for all 7 years of Easter at Lakeview. They transported the eggs. They had their mounted patrol unit with Shane Terrell there. They took care of the candy for the recycled eggs. They got the Easter bunny to the event on time, and they did so much more. So there was a lot that they did. Traditional Bank has been the event sponsor for all 7 years of our Easter at Lakeview, and their support ensures that 15,000 eggs are on hand every year. So we value our collaboration with them to make sure that our community continues to have free, family-centered events available right here in our own backyard. Paul Sawyer Library was there. They have been there all 7 years as well. They have an obstacle course on hand, which is absolutely wonderful, and they talk about their summer programs for kids, so it's a good thing. Health Department has also been there for 7 years. They handed out bubbles, coloring activities. They had a lot of giveaways for the kids, and it was a beautiful day, really, to watch all those bubbles just fly over Lakeview Park. It was a great day to see that. Our solid waste department was there for the second year, and they set up an Easter egg recycling station. So I don't know if there's a picture of that in there, but there were a lot of eggs recycled that day. They also had an upcycling Easter basket craft space for those who just forgot their Easter basket. In the excitement of getting there and trying to get there on time, sometimes you walk out without something, and a lot of times it's the Easter basket to collect eggs. Our own Franklin County Fire Department was there. They've been there again for all 7 years, and they brought several fire apparatus. They gave away fire helmets, they gave away bracelets, they gave away sunglasses, and it was really a wonderful opportunity for the kids to climb through the fire trucks and understand the partner. Kentucky State University had its CKI students there. They also are a returning participant for 7 years. And they did the hiding of the eggs, and they do a great job of pumping up the crowd and keeping that energy going. And it's wonderful that they do such a great job for us. Of course, I mentioned the jail earlier. They were a first-time participant with us, but they had their sword participants paint the train cars. They had the SAP participants participate in filling some of the Easter eggs with the candy. We just couldn't do it without all these hands. Yes Arts, they're a collaborative partner for the past 2 years. They help us with activities in the sensory-friendly area, and they do a marvelous job of making diverse activities available for individuals who hunt in that area. Stewart Home School, they're a returning participant for 7 years. They brought between 30 and 40 of their students to hunt and interact with all of our collaborative partners, so it's a wonderful partnership. And they are a heavy user of Lakeview Park and our park amenity, so it's wonderful. We had students from the Career and Technical Center. Last year, they did all of our event signage, and it's a wonderful thing to show the talents that they have, and we use that signage year in and year out, and we thank them for that. This year, for the first year, we had the Frankfort Police Department and Emergency 911 staff, and they set up a bicycle safety town, and many kids got bicycles for Christmas. And this was a great opportunity to learn safe riding strategies and safety tips from the professionals who know about that and can help. Thornhill Education Center, it was the first year that they were there, and they shared a lot of activities that they do, and they partnered with the Paul Sawyer Public Library in assisting with the obstacle course. Frankfort Plant Board, they brought the water monster out. They had a special segment on our Easter at Lakeview, so we really appreciate what they did, and they continue to put that up on their bulletin board year after year. We had a couple of members from the community, Steve Stossberg and Lambert Moore. They brought out the 1919 International Harvester Titan that was used to pull the train. And the biggest thanks of all we have to give is to Wanda Bogey Johnson and Mike Johnson. A huge thanks for letting us have that train for the day. It was a passion of Mr. Bogey's, Alvin Bogey's, to have that year in and year out in activities where kids are the focus of the activity, and to breathe life back into that after at least 10 years of it not being in our community was a wonderful thing. So can't thank all the participating sponsors, participating activity groups, and folks that just came out to lend a hand, because the generosity wells from their heart, not from any other place. So I start that thank you right here.
Squire, thank you very much. We appreciate all your work on the event, and I personally too want to thank the court, because everyone supported the event this year with their own money to help buy sensory eggs and make sure we had everything we needed. So I think that speaks volumes about Franklin County, so thank you to everybody. Okay, we are going to move on. Authorization for approval of minutes from our special meeting of March 25th, 2026. Alrighty. Next, I believe Laura is here with our correctional facility to talk to us about House Bill 556. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, good. How are you all?
Doing good. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome. Do you have a copy of that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is just the 2-year term renewal for that House Bill 556.
Can you just explain a little bit what
I
House
can,
Bill
yes.
556 is
So
for anybody watching?
That House Bill is paid for by the state. And so that is attendance, it's class completions for our state classes. That's also for GED. They'll pay for the attendance of those. That's MRT.
Franklin County is the largest correctional facility, I guess, in a local entity that has GED completions. Isn't
We
that
have
correct?
the most GED completions in Kentucky out
Yep.
of all the correctional facilities,
So-
yes.
Always good opportunity to toot that own horn.
Yeah.
So,
It is. I was,
thank you all
trying to
for
hold
that.
out because we're going to have a quarterly, and I don't want to
Absolutely.
steal anybody's shine.
She doesn't want to take it away.
You know, yeah.
I
But
totally
yes.
understand that, but it's a great thing.
It
That
absolutely
partnership
is, yes.
is absolutely wonderful, because you get someone even closer to preparing them
For sure.
when they have reentry, and that's one more step that makes them available for gainful employment. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. All right, any other thing for Laura? All right, thank you, appreciate it. All righty, next I believe Major LeMay is with us. How are you doing, sir?
Good, how are y'all tonight?
Doing well, thanks for being with us.
All right, Laura. I just want y'all to have the same information I have.
I'm not talking to you right now. I'm still mad at you earlier. We're not talking. We're not talking.
Pay her later.
Yeah, the whole April's Fool thing didn't go over too well after a stressful day. Not talking to you tonight, Jailer. Hey, Laura, can I have one of those, please? That's okay.
We
Max
got the
Frank,
same
too.
information already,
It's okay.
unless
Just
you want
hanging
a
out.
hard copy.
Thank you.
This is actually pertaining to the jail generator. Back on January 14th, we threw an alarm. This generator is only 5 years old, purchased through ESG, installed in March of 2021. Ultimately, we knew we had an impending snowstorm coming. It cost us a $10,000 repair for that generator. After doing a little research, I found W.W. Williams, who holds the maintenance contract, could not get parts for that generator. That particular unit is not produced anymore. So it's kind of a dealer-only item now. So I contacted CAT. They'll stand behind their product. And what is before you is actually two contracts. One that I want to make very clear is we're paying W.W. Williams $2,000 a year for the maintenance contract. Well, they don't really, there's really nothing they can do for us now. So the two contracts in front of you are actually from Caterpillar. One is a platinum warranty where we can warranty this machine for the next 20 years in 3-year increments. And the other is a service contract for the same company to have. So the difference is about $400 a year more for that warranty.
For someone that can work on it?
Yes, sir. That even includes loaners. If something happens to the generator and they can't fix it, that warranty includes them bringing a unit to us, so we don't use that critical piece of equipment. Replacement value on this piece of equipment is well in excess of $250,000. So I think that a warranty by the company that manufactured it is probably the smartest thing we can do at this point.
And I do want to make sure everybody realizes during that snowstorm, you had to use the generator, so.
3 separate
I'm very
times, yes.
thankful that you all had that fixed. Unfortunately, I wish we had known about this prior, but we didn't, so.
Correct.
But yeah, at least, yeah, that was money well worth spent during that disaster. All righty, Squire Wisman.
Can you tell us, I'm assuming, but I just wanted it to be overtly said, because I didn't see it in the contract, that with the work that was done on the generator this previous year, that they've re-inspected and they'll warranty from here on out?
Yes, sir. Before CAT
Even
would
with that
warranty or offer that warranty, they sent out an engineer to inspect it to make sure it was in good mechanical order and warrantyable, because they haven't been doing the maintenance on it.
Right.
And we passed with flying colors. So mechanically, we're in good working condition right now.
They go into depth about making sure that we have certified folks in their contract here, so I wanted
Absolutely.
to overtly state that that was going to be the case.
Absolutely.
What other questions? Do you have a question, Squire?
Refresh my mind when that generator was purchased,
March of 2021.
so it's 5 years old.
Yes, sir. But when it was purchased with an off-the-shelf 24-month limited warranty. It was part of the ESG work that was done.
It's only got 257 hours on it, according to what I read here. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
exactly should be worn out.
Well, it
Yeah, I
shouldn't
know
be
it starts
worn
and
out.
runs probably every month or every week, whatever.
Yeah, it's tested. We actually test 4 times a month just to make sure it's in good running order.
There's nothing, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, I mean, but it just seems like whenever you buy one, they got more warranty on them than 5 years.
Well, through that contract, when that was installed, this is what I learned. It was bought from CAT by Generac. Generac installed it. Generac is a different company. I wasn't here when it was installed, but I did verify that that was bought with an off-the-shelf warranty from CAT, and that was 2 years limited. I totally agree with you. Piece of equipment like that should have had an extensive
What is
warranty.
that, yes, I'm agreeing with you, I'm not
Yeah.
arguing with you.
Yeah.
That's probably paid $50,000 or $60,000 for it or more.
that piece of equipment is well over $250,000.
$250,000 and then.
Plus about
the warranty-
$75,000 to
The warranty's
install.
2 years old, I mean, 5 years old, but it was only warranted
Yeah.
2 years. Amazing.
Squire Wisman.
Just wanted to ask if there was any conversation with our energy consultant. I realize they've stepped back into the picture, if any part of their contract, covers any of our loss or our costs so far.
As far as the generator is concerned, no. At this point, it's very preliminary right now. So there has been a meeting, there has been some conversation, and they are supposed to approach us with something. So
I thought that they guaranteed the energy savings and any work that they did in addition to warranties for a certain period of time. I think we had a return on investment of 20 years or something, wasn't it? So just would like our attorney to look at that.
We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
But as
just
far
bringing it
as
up.
this here, yes. All right, anything else from Major LeMay? All right, thank you.
thank you, folks.
All righty, next I believe we have our budget from the Conservation District. Todd with us? Have a good evening, gentlemen.
Thank you, Judge.
Don't rush out.
You want us to
Don't
stay?
rush out.
You need me to stay, I'll take the break.
How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good. Good afternoon.
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, so just wanted to, did you all get a copy of the budget?
Yeah.
Okay. So, just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. We did have a meeting, I guess the last meeting we went to was over, I guess, the, let's see what we, sinkhole clean out. So I know a couple of you all attended that, and right now it's still being, talked about. We're still trying to get applications out. So hopefully everything, goes good with that. And I'll try to keep you updated with that. Cleanup dates, I guess everyone probably knows, is the 16th, 17th, and 18th. We'll be there taking scrap metal. And all of our scrap metal, I guess everybody should know, goes to scholarships. So everything we get off that, we put back in to the schools and scholarships.
We explained that a little bit more. I've had several questions about that, about why they should bring metal and donate it, that it just goes to the county's general reserve, but it doesn't. It actually
No,
goes to 4-H
no,
scholarships and other things.
Yeah, all of the scrap metal side of this, we take care of. So we go to a scrap dealer, and he brings the trailers out, and we coordinate all that. And then everything that's brought in that's metal, we give, put it in the trailer. They come and get it, and then all the checks or all the money for the steel comes to us. And then it goes into our fund for just scholarships and schools. And so, no, the state doesn't have anything, as far as going into the county funds, it doesn't go there.
Thanks.
Todd, you may want to say where that is for people the first time. They drop it
Yeah,
off at
that'll
Lakeview.
be, right behind the conservation office, which is, what park is that? I can't remember.
Lakeview.
Yeah. But that's where it'll be. That's the only place that we take the metal.
Yep.
I think there's gonna be dumpsters everywhere else, but that's.
Squire here? I'm sorry, Squire.
Oh, yes, you mentioned the dates. What were those dates again?
It's the 16th and 17th and 18th of April.
This month?
Yes. Yeah,
Couple
today's
weeks.
April 1st, so yeah. And then I think dumpsters should be there all 3 days. This is the big cleanup, the spring cleanup, so.
More carcass removal going, with the road department and all that.
Actually, it's going really well. Most people just make a phone call down to the garage, and, I haven't heard anybody complain.
Good.
Everything seems to be going really good.
It's a great relationship, so we appreciate that. All righty, what other questions do we have? All righty, thank you. Oh,
Just a statement, I thought it would be interesting to highlight, every year they come to us and it has a different thing, but at the bottom of their work plan for the year, They note that Franklin County has 63,623 acres in farmland this year. You know, so often it's said by certain folks in our community that we're not a farming community and that we just need to put our apples in another basket, if you will. But that's sizable. That's, you know, almost 532 farms in Franklin County that are actively functional. So,
Yeah.
nice thing to point out.
Well, thank you all for
All right,
what
thank
did.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All righty, next, I believe, we have the extension with us. I believe Keenan Bishop was with, oh, he brought Philip today.
Oh, Philip today. Well, this is a momentous day then, because I don't have a T-shirt on, and Keenan's got a UK shirt.
What about?
Doesn't have.
Well, I'll write this day down in history.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks for being with us. What do we have tonight?
Well, Carla is our A team, and she had a family emergency.
Oh,
So
sorry
they
to hear
pulled in the B team with Keenan and I, and we really don't know what we're doing. So we'll entertain
Let me
questions.
ask you a detailed question.
That'd be
Did you
great.
name yourself the B team? Because I'm not sure. Are you the
I'm
B team?
always the B team.
Okay.
Seriously, you know, we got together, we have a budget committee that was formed from our extension board, and we pulled in community individuals to help guide us, and we had a CEC meeting, which is a County Extension Council meeting. They made recommendations to the board of projects and things that need to happen, that need to be funded. And all of those things were then compiled and put into a budget, which the Extension Board talked about in detail and actually approved. And that's the budget that you have on in your list now. We did just fill a new 4-H position, Reese Humble. Correct. Now, I did that right. She is a new agent, a young kid that we're excited about having in the county and get some energy back into our 4-H. And we have a second 4-H position that is posted and waiting on University of Kentucky to process to hire a second 4-H agent. And we contemplate looking into adding more agents because our camp is just incredibly full. Within 2 or 3 hours after opening the camp for campers, they're full. And we have to look, this year we have not had to look for guidance from adults because we're having enough volunteers. You went last year.
I did.
So it's a great adventure. It's good for the kids and it fills us up. We are a little disappointed with UK because they dictate the number of campers that we can enroll. And we could fill one camp probably full ourselves if they would allow us to. So they've heard those complaints from us and I don't know what will come of it, but
It is what it is.
it is what it is. Any questions about the budget that you have that we might attempt to answer?
Squire Wisdom.
Page 3 of your budget, there's a 4-H agent salary that says vacant. Is that the one that you just hired?
That's the one we just hired, and there were actually 2, so.
And it has a third agent.
It's going great. We are ahead of schedule on repayment by about 2 years. So our solar energy usage is more than we anticipated. And we're also, Keenan and Andrew, our facilities manager, is looking into some extra programming where that we store electricity in our batteries for the storms, and we don't use it during bad weather unless the electricity goes out. So that gives us a safe house for people to come in during storms. I know we open up for that sometimes, and we have energy if the power goes out from our batteries and our solar cells.
Great. Good deal.
We just renovated the bathrooms. They are up to date. ADA, is that the right? Correct. ADA compliant, upstairs and downstairs. And it's unbelievable how much a restroom renovation costs. But we managed to get it done. We do have other projects in the way. We want to install a greenhouse. We're wanting to change the doors, locks, so that we can have a more secure facility and a more controllable facility because our facility is used. a tremendous amount. I know Anderson County, which I talked to their extension board chairman quite extensively, and they only have one room available, and they're booked 100%, and they have lots of conflict because of their facility. And they don't own their building. They have to rent it from the county. So we're very fortunate to have our own building. We're very fortunate to have 3 big meeting rooms and several other smaller rooms that people can use, and they use them all the time, from chess clubs to garden clubs. And you go over there and it's amazing what you see going on, not only at night, but during the day.
It's gotten to the point where we even rent out the garages.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, wow, that's great. Squire Tanner, did you have a hand up?
A couple of questions, just curiosity, what kind of batteries are they? Do you?
Oh my goodness, I don't think they're lithium ion. Lithium, you remember, Keenan? I don't remember what they are.
There's sodium, they're lithium sodium or something like that. It's a safer battery that doesn't explode.
Well, that's good to hear.
We've got 4 of them, I think. It's a sodium, lithium something.
So what's the life of that battery, and the cost?
I think they're warranted for, it was either 25 or 30 years, and that was only because they've only been in existence that long, and they still don't know what the lifespan is.
And they will hold enough energy for you to keep the lights on for several days or hours or what?
Not several days, depending on the weather outside.
And the usage.
And the usage of the building. So our usage is high, so we'll probably get a day to 2 days worth of power storage. And if it's cold, we do have gas heaters, propane or natural gas. And all you have to do is run the fans, so we can have heat during the winter. The issue becomes in the summertime when you have to use your compressors. That would drain the batteries, in just a couple of hours. So in the summer, if the power goes out, the building warms up. And we looked at the cost of actually storing enough energy for compressors, but that got pretty astronomical, and it was outside of our range.
Well, they're making batteries for power plants now in Elizabethtown or Glenview, wherever that is over there. And they gotta be pretty big, but they're probably storing electricity so they can use it at night when let the water out during the day, whatever.
Exactly. Well, the good thing about our system is we can add batteries. So if we decide the need is there and we have the funding for it, we can add batteries to extend our capacity.
Well, batteries, this is all opinion, maybe I should shut up, but batteries is not, it's not an electrical generator, actually. It doesn't take any gas or fuel to run it.
It takes the solar panels.
Sorry, you're using solar power to charge them, so that's very economically to charge it up anyway.
Yes.
And what Philip was talking about, we 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's all can be programmed, and after we ran it for about a year, the way it was set up to be, but now the way it's set up is if there's sufficient battery charge during the day, we run off the batteries, and we're selling the electricity back to the electric company, and then it'll convert it back to charging the batteries early enough before the sun goes down. And it's also hooked into the National Weather System, so if there's a storm coming, it automatically quits discharging the batteries, starts charging them. It's a pretty neat situation.
The biggest issue with that is that the power companies buy our excess electricity at wholesale prices, and they return our sales back to us at retail. So, we don't get retail prices when we sell electricity to them. We get just wholesale prices back, but it's a little bit.
Andy McDonald, who worked with us and helped us think through this whole project, he did a PowerPoint. I will share that with all of you all. It shows our energy usage prior to this, and then the drastic decrease in energy usage since. It's pretty impressive. I think you asked the cost. The total was, I think, $155,000, and We're still waiting for the federal government rebate. We've applied for that and we've been approved. We haven't gotten the funds yet, but I think it is 45,000 or so back. And then plus the
So
savings
you can buy another battery, make it last twice as long.
Yeah,
Sell more electricity to the country.
exactly.
Squire Wiseman?
You all mentioned some improvements, and I just wanted to see if you'd go into a little bit more. You've got like $400,000 and $60,000 for greenhouse doors, copier. What size greenhouse? What's the plan for that? I like that idea.
We're in a quandrum on our greenhouse. We have submitted RFPs for proposals, and we can get proposals for a greenhouse, but not for site preparation. And none of the greenhouse companies want to offer a one-stop shop. They want you to have two contracts. Tyler is looking into alternatives to that to see if we can find a way to get it funded or to get an RFP that includes both, so that we don't have to have two projects going on at the same time and two RFPs to manage.
Is the budgeted amount anticipated to do a whole build-out, though?
It is.
Okay,
It is.
fantastic.
It was, the greenhouse was originally proposed in 2003 or 2 when we added on, but we went over budget, so we scrapped the greenhouse. But now, with the capital area master gardeners utilizing, right now they're operating out of the garage and trying to make do without a greenhouse. The 4-H has a plant club or garden club or something like that, so there's a lot of folks waiting to be able to utilize the greenhouse for teaching and projects and things like that. So we're giving it another try.
All righty. We appreciate y'all coming in tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Take care.
Appreciate y'all.
Next, I believe Francis is going to come up, talk a little Paycor with us.
Okay, do you all have a copy of the statement of work?
Yeah, we do.
Basically what this is, we're in the process of setting up EDI files. Are you all familiar with what that is?
Why don't you explain it real quick,
Okay.
so everybody knows.
What it is, the way it's set up now, any employee who enrolls in benefits or during open enrollment, when people make changes to benefit enrollment, we have to take that information, either put it on a monster spreadsheet and send to each individual insurance carrier, or so it eliminates this use of portal and use of spreadsheets and all these extra steps involved. And what this cost is, when we were involved in setting up the Paycor online benefit enrollment system, we did not have time to get the critical illness put in place. So before we can finalize EDI feeds, which you've already paid for, we've got to get the critical illness benefits added to our database. They were originally going to charge us $2,400, and I said that's a little unreasonable, I think, so they reduced it in half to $1,200. So that's what the cost is.
All righty, what questions do we have for Francis? Francis, I just want to say thank you to you and Vicki. I know you all been working a lot with Paycor to try to get all these things done. I know
That's
one
been
of
a
the
lot.
conversations we had was to look at our statements because, you know, we keep having these change orders. So
Yes,
they're trying to
yes.
figure out now, you know, moving forward, what our yearly deal will be. But mostly what we've been paying for is the whole setup fees. So I appreciate
Exactly.
you negotiating, but I do very much appreciate you and Vicki and Amy too, working on this. It's been a big project, so thank you.
Thank you.
We're excited to get it up and running. Alrighty, next I believe Belinda. And it looks like you have some backup there,
I sure do.
second row. I guess that's what you want to call
HMB
them.
is here with us this evening. This is an interlocal agreement between Fiscal Court and the City of Frankfurt for the Forks of Elkhorn Sewer Collection System project. Interlocal agreement is necessary to execute the project and outlines the responsibilities of both the city and Fiscal Court. The agreement includes the city's financial contribution of $100,000 towards the upgrade of the Ravencrest Pump Station in Forest, Maine, as well as language exempting the project from the city's ordinance number 3/2026, which charges a $500 capacity analysis fee and an administrative fee for all properties outside the city limits. The county attorney has reviewed the agreement, and as Judge Muller mentioned, we have HMB here with us tonight to answer any questions you might have.
Anybody want to say anything before I call on everybody, or? You can go ahead and comment if you want, Brandon.
I don't have any comments, but if anyone has any questions, I'm more than willing to answer those.
Okay. Any questions from the court? I know this is something we've been talking about for a while now.
I got a question about the interlocal agreement and the $100,000. Is that the total cost?
No, the $100,000 will be the city of Frankfurt's contribution towards the project.
Just the price of the concrete? Is that what you said?
No, their contribution towards the project.
That's
Yes.
there. So the total price,
The total price of the project is $3,547,000, or $447,590, and that's on this project budget sheet that should be in your packet.
probably is.
It's the next attachment.
Okay.
And on that same sheet, you can see the funding sources at the bottom, and it starts out with the line item grant that is $2.8 million that the county received, and along with the city of Frankfurt's $100,000 contribution. Then the Elkhorn Campground will be contributing $400,000 towards the project, and then that leaves a balance of $247,590.
So just, since I guess we kind of jumped to the next agenda item, because that's really about us. So that's just estimated cost right now, so obviously.
Yes, this is all estimated costs based off of historical construction prices, what we've seen recently, and just engineering judgment.
Okay. Squire Wisman.
Judge, if you'll bear with me, I've got several questions if we can. Just a couple of things that maybe you all can update us on.
Sure.
Has final design work been done? We last heard about this for approving an archaeological study. I haven't heard if that came back yet to impact the final design work at all, or if we need to explore alternative routes, if that changed anything.
Yeah, so update on that. We have received the report. There's no impact, so it's all clear. So that's not going to impact the preliminary alignment that we've laid out. Now, final design has not been completed. We wanted to make sure that report got back and was clear before we proceeded any further. But now that it has, we've already met with the city, since they will be taking it over, and went over our preliminary alignment with them and had discussions. So we're ready to proceed forward with design on the project.
When this process started, Judge, I asked about mandates of whether individual properties were going to have to tap on to this project if it comes through their property. We had some back and forth about whether that was going to be mandated or not. Some folks out there have newer systems that have put significant investment in the last few years. Some folks, obviously, that were when we started this process, they're just exempting us from some of the other language that they just recently put in place about $500 study fees and some of that kind of thing. Do you all have anything you can tell me about any of that?
Regarding tap-on fees and stuff, it will be whatever the current fee is for the residents. One of the things that they have said is that sometimes they do exchange tap-on fees for easements in certain situations, but that's on a case-by-case, depending on if an easement is needed or not.
Can I ask about any property acquisitions that's going to be needed for the final design? Is there anything that is not subject to this that may come up? And that was more of the environmental and the redesign that I had concern may require some additional property to be accessed or easements put through somehow. But
There really hasn't been any additional added since we scoped the project, so it's all still same on the original alignment.
And then I'm wondering about, we have, since the beginning of this project, we've had a commitment from a third party, a private party, to contribute to this project. To date, I've not seen a commitment or promissory note or anything that states, yes, we're going to pay that amount. I'm wondering in your scope of your design work, if that private entity doesn't come through with that contribution, if that amount that's set aside for them to pay would effectively limit the project by that amount from crossing the creek and going over to them? Or is there some way that, I'm concerned that this court might have a much, much bigger bill in the end. Floods happen, properties
I
change.
can probably help with some of that. I've actually reviewed an agreement between the county and that third party today. So that should be coming before the court very soon in order to enter into that agreement. So they're still on board as of this afternoon. So
Part of their commitment was.
They stand up to the mic.
I'm sorry. Part of their commitment was that they wanted to see the project was going to go forward. And so I think the way you guys are approving this now, that, you know, if this funding changed, I would see that it would have to come back before this body before it would proceed. You know, I don't think that that necessarily means that the bill comes back to you. We just have to look for another funding source.
Well, thanks, Max. I was just concerned that we were a bit preemptive in doing this without some kind of commitment, because nearly $500,000 there is substantial in this scope of this project.
There's been an agreement floating back and forth. It was one done last year. I just reviewed another one. I guess it was the final one since we've started. This thing has kind of got back up off the ground after that last study. And so, like I said, we've been going those back. I had a few concerns. They got revised and figured out this afternoon. And so I would anticipate that coming before the court fairly soon.
But the agreement with the city, if God forbid another flood or something happens that changes people's minds, we still have the ability to go back and manipulate the design of this and serve the areas that we are effectively trying to, you know, that it was my understanding sort of that we were going to try to do this project and this other entity wanted to tap on too, and we didn't really commit funds to that. They were committing them on their own, so I just want to be sure that we have some flexibility if it's needed. That makes sense?
Not really.
I think what you're saying is if that party goes away,
yeah,
can we continue with the project? And like you suggested, that we would maybe stop short of that property.
Yeah.
I don't know that we.
And the answer to that is yes, you can cut the project back to discount that portion of the project. It's not contingent on them, the whole project's not contingent on them being part of the project.
You're getting, I wasn't sure if our state award was contingent upon the whole scope of the project or not. That's what I was trying to get you to say. So, thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think they're also going to do some individual improvements inside. So I think they're ready to get those up and off the ground too, from what my understanding of that situation is. So it's not just the county doing the project, I guess, to their property line. It's them actually doing some stuff on their property. So I think they're more than eager to get this thing going.
Yes, that's correct.
Squire Tanner, did you have your hand up?
I did. On a point of order, Judge, are we discussing 8 and 9 or just 8?
We just went on to 8 and 9, but.
8 and 9.
Yeah, just because he started talking about the breakdown sheet, so if you have a question, let it go.
Well, I have a comment, maybe more than a question. There's been quite a few questions in my area about suggesting that some of the money that's going in this project might have been shifted from the Farm Bill. And I obviously I understand, look at this sheet, that's not the case, but I just want to make sure everybody understands that's not a shift of money from the Farmdale Sewer Project, which has been going on 20 years. And it is a concern with people out there who really want sewer pretty bad and need it, because it's a health issue bad.
Yeah, I can verify that. I know the funding's on both of them.
Y'all have that project too.
We're working on that one also. Yes, sir.
And we're getting very close, Squire. Phase 1's getting ready to go, and I know they're already working on some pieces, and we're hopefully, guys up top on the hill help fund Phase 2 already. It'd be nice to get that project going and finish it 110%. That's one of our biggest asks up there, so.
Well, when you get a call from home that somebody sees this and say, well,
Yeah.
there you go,
absolutely.
shifting the money to this other project.
Hey,
I want
I
to make
think-
sure everybody
I think it's a
understands.
good question,
That
and,
might be listening to this, that is not shifting money
No.
from the Farm Bill.
No. So.
This was a standalone grant that we applied for that was approved by the legislature, this court, within the last 3 years, right? So I can't remember the House bill that awarded that $2.8 million, but out of $3.5 million, 2.8 was a direct state grant to
That's
us.
correct. It's a 2024 House Bill number 1.
Judge, if I could just ask for someone, and I'll contact city sewer as well, but I just want to be sure that one way or another that residents, if sewer goes in, are going to be required to tap on or not. I want that question answered because it has implications countywide for future plans that I hope to develop here, but also in the name of fairness, if the city is requiring that, we have streets all over the county that are not annexed and not, or annexed and are not required to tap on when it's right in front of their house. You know, things like a street that's on, at the side of Juniper Hills in the middle of the city, or Westover Drive, or other places in this community where sewer exists all around them, but they're not required to tap on. So I would like to see some assistance program to start trying to get everybody, you know, connected, but that's a whole other conversation, so.
I know that's kind of a division water thing. I've talked to Autumn about that. I want to say within 5 years, and you have to be within certain proximity of it. So there is some state guidelines to how that functions. I just don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah,
just like an
there
answer.
is some guidance, but,
Yeah, I think
and
it's-
it also varies from county to county as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but we can get that answer from Autumn Squire Wisdom.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, any other questions for everybody that's here tonight? All righty, thank you all.
Judge,
Linda, thank you.
While we're at the, can we have an explanation, the 500, or 247,590 is the gap financing effectively for the
Yes, sir.
project that the court is being asked to approve as a general expenditure of ours?
Yes, sir. So that's, whenever all of the funding came together and stuff, 3.3 million is what was available. And as I told you before, it's that 3.5 million number. So that gave the gap of the 247,590. So that is the gap that the fiscal court is being asked to take on as part of the project.
And do you know how, you've seen the plans, I haven't, how many residential structures and commercial structures that might take care of providing sewer to finally?
Yes, sir. So if the whole project goes in the way it's currently scoped, it'll be 25 residential and commercial units, which include 61 units within the existing Elkhorn Mobile Home Park and 220 sites at the campground.
So the mobile home park is being treated as one entity in that 25?
It'll actually be treated as 61 instead of one entity.
Okay.
So as
Yeah,
part
go
of this
ahead.
project, we're working with the Elkhorn Water District, which I happen to be the chairman of that, but we are extending individual sewer connections to each one of the individual mobile homes in the mobile home park.
Fantastic.
And in order for them to, basically for a billing function, you know, as of right now, you pay your sewer bill based on your water bill. Well, they have one water meter for the entire mobile home park, which means that they would have to somehow aggregate that out to the rest of the residents. So, handies. So that's all part of this project, and so he's actually participating in the project. He's just not part of this this memorandum or this agreement that we have. He has a separate agreement where he's actually funding the upgrade of all his water system in there. So.
Could you all talk for us for 2 minutes? I know a lot of the push from what Division of Water said to you all was to get that package plant offline.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So all of that mobile home park is currently served by a package treatment plant. Mr. Tanner, you probably are well aware of what package plants are like, but they, after a time, from neglect and stuff, they start falling apart and they just become a big source of just an environmental concern. And so part of this project will be to decommission the existing package treatment plant and pump everything to the city for treatment. So that's one of the biggest environmental pluses of this project, is to get that one decommissioned.
And that one's over 50 years old. It's from the 70s, isn't it?
I believe so. It's a very old system.
I said I wasn't gonna ask any more questions or say anything else, but when you have a place, when you have a mobile home park, where this one water bill serves, I don't know how many, 61 trailers?
60-ish, yeah.
Does that not make them a water company?
No, I don't know what regulations they have for distribution.
I think you got 61, you got 61 customers, you're selling water to 61 people, I think that makes them a water company.
He's a landlord.
Huh?
Yeah, we're getting
I
off
don't
subject a
believe,
little
well,
bit.
it may be off subject, but that's a water company.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because they do not technically sell the water to the individuals, they're considered one user.
Well, that's by definition, I disagree with that firmly. I think it's a water company. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
mean I'm right, I just means I disagree.
Any other questions for our friends at HMB and Belinda on this agenda item?
Sorry about that.
Squire Blackburn.
I just want to say, I think that's a critical area for our natural resources in our county, being the Elkhorn Creek. It's the forks of the Elkhorn. It gets, the equivalent of 160 residential units not putting their wastewater into the ground. It gets it pumped out. It increases the force main from Ravencrest. It makes the pump station at Ravencrest bigger, stronger. And I think it's just, it's a good way for us to be good stewards of our community and our resources and the people that are downstream from us. And we're getting a lot of grant money from the state to do it, and it's never going to be cheaper. And I think projects like this that other communities strive to do, when you get this opportunity, and this has been, Hank Hancock started this over 20 years ago. I think one of the profiles you said you guys started with was 15 years old. This isn't new. This isn't something that we've magically said, oh, this court's, we came up with this. This is something our community's needed for a long time. We're just the people that are seeing it to the finish line. So I think it's a big, big thing for our community.
Well said, J.W.
Yeah. Thank you, Squire. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being with us tonight. Next, I believe Amy, our treasurer, is with us tonight. Amy, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. We've been in budget meetings, Cory, so.
This agenda item is amendment number 4, and it's the first reading. There's about 7 items that we are amending into the general fund, road fund, LGEA, and tourism. The total is $3.3 million, bringing the budget to $73.9. All of these are, they're not part of the excluding capital expenses and
Into the 26 budget, since it's going to be distributed in 26, but we need to amend yet again?
Yes.
I don't understand.
So I should have done $4 million to begin with. So $2 million is what we put in. The other $2 million is the match. So it all passes through us. So
Okay,
yeah, that's why it's broken into.
I understand now. Thank you.
All righty, next, Amy.
You have the revenues and expenses as of March 27th.
Any questions for Amy on this agenda item? Alrighty, next.
And then finally is a budget transfer between for the road and tourism. And I did put on here that I was attaching the road request, but as I looked at it, I didn't do that. So, but it is for, they requested, they have money within their budget to cover the garage door openers. So we're moving that. And then tourism for a refund. That's our first refund in the tourism fund.
So just to let the court know on the garage doors, we had talked about originally when we built that facility, but the quotes that came in were very, very high to have the contractor that they wanted to use install those. So that's like the last thing on that new road facility capital improvement that we knew we were going to do after it was completed. So Justin and Mike have done a good job shopping that around, and they feel very, very good about the company that's going to come down and put those on. So it should be the last piece to the puzzle. So just wanted to kind of let everybody know that. Any other questions, concerns, comments for Amy? Amy, thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, next, payment of claims. Anybody have any questions, concerns, comments for Kim on the payment of claims? All righty, seeing none. Authorization to go into closed session per KRS 61.8101C. Discussion of proposed or pending litigation against or on behalf of a public agency.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. We're in closed session, please. Authorization to return into open session.
So moved.
Second, third.
Doesn't
You
matter.
get that, clerk? All those,
Herod.
and Squire Harrod, yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Alrighty, we're in open session. Other business, do we have any other business tonight? Alrighty, seeing no other business, we're gonna go ahead to the voting session. So clerk, please call roll.
Excuse me, Squire Sebastian.
Here.
Need to take one nap over there, clerk? Been a long day. I was like, what happened to her over there?
Squire Blackburn.
Present.
Squire Dykus.
Here.
Squire Harrod.
Here.
Squire Tanner.
Here.
Squire Westman.
Present.
Judge Miller.
Present, thank you, clerk. Authorization for approval of the minutes from the special meeting of March 25, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the agreement with the Kentucky Department of Corrections regarding House Bill 556 program.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the extended protection warranty contract for generators with Boyd Company.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to receive reports for the 2026-2027 plan of work and 2026-2027 annual budget for the Franklin County Conservation District.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to receive the Franklin County Cooperative Extension Office budget for fiscal year 2026-2027.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the statement of work, open enrollment rework with Paycor.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the interlocal cooperation agreement for, to provide for the construction and operation of the Forks of Elkhorn Sewer Collection System project.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm going to recuse myself, clerk. All those opposed to it say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve and authorize up to $247,590 in fiscal court funds to be used for completion of the Forks of Elkhorn Sanitary Sewer Extension Project.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm going to recuse myself, clerk. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. First reading of amendment number 4 to ordinance number 4-2025 relating to budget for fiscal year 2025-2026.
So moved.
Second.
It was the first.
First reading, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
should've
I'm
said
sorry.
that,
I
yeah.
apologize.
Sorry, I should have said that. No vote at this time.
Apologize.
Sorry, thank
How you
you.
look back there?
Yeah, that was
I'm
my
really-
fault. That was my fault. I
I've
set
been
you all
here all
up. We
day.
were rolling. That was my fault. I'll take the blame on
All
that
day.
one.
All day.
Authorization to receive
Reading.
treasurer's reports.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve budget transfers for fiscal year 2025-2026.
Moved.
Second.
Second. Did somebody do that?
You said you weren't gonna say nothing else.
I should know. I think.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes.
I can't hear. It's raining.
Payment of claims. Is there a motion to deny any payment of any claim? No motion was made. Let the records reflect claims are to be paid. Authorization to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. We're adjourned. Thank you, court.